Imagine if in 2010, Groupon had rewarded you with Bitcoin every time you bought a deal off their platform. In other words, you'd receive Bitcoin when it was worth under 10 cents a coin. Sure, Bitcoin is now worth more than gold for the first time ever, but you wouldn't have known that then. And further imagine that every Bitcoin token you would have received also had ownership of Groupon embedded into it. What might that have done for the value of the coin? Again, you don't know and neither do we. But could that have helped spur the value of Bitcoin? Most of you remember the movie Back to the Future, where an old DeLorean is the conduit for the characters in the movie to travel in time. If you could get on that DeLorean and go back to 2010, would you? Of course you would. The problem is that Groupon did not reward you with Bitcoin, much less stock in its company. So hop off that DeLorean and stay where you are. You're about to go to the future of cryptocurrency and finance. Over the next few minutes, many of you will discover how the power of the blockchain and cryptocurrency can change the way you look at money forever and dramatically impact your financial future. So buckle in. Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Mark Andreessen, and others are calling blockchain technology the most promising technology since the internet because, among other things, it is creating the greatest transfer of global wealth ever. How? In large part because this new technology allows you to circumvent the current banking and financial systems that are run by third parties who we do not control, banks in all of their forms. Central banks, investment banks, and repository banks control the financial world that each one of us must use and have done so for hundreds of years. Now, according to the World Bank, over 5 billion people worldwide are outside of the current banking system, which contributes heavily to poverty and hopelessness on most of our planet. But every person listening to this knows that this creates opportunity for constructive and powerful change. And this change has begun. Are you aware of this change? So let's talk about the current banking system for a second and how it works. The current banking system uses what are called fiat currencies that were once backed by gold and other scarce commodities. But a radical change occurred when the United States went off the gold standard. Now, all countries use central banks to establish the value in their currencies. In the United States, it's called the Federal Reserve. But these central banks don't create policies with the majority of us in mind. And these policies have wreaked havoc on our economy. Remember the Great Recession of 2008? Remember the government had to step in and bail out the banks? That was a huge problem, and it's still with us. So what does that have to do with you, and why are you listening to this video? Remember I told you about powerful and innovative technology that is changing our financial world today? I'm going to let you in on a little secret, okay? Only 6% of the world's population is even aware of this new financial system, and Bill Gates stated that this will be the future of how we spend money. This is not like the old-fashioned fiat currency, and this technology gives you the power and control over your economic present and future and away from the central banks. Pretty powerful, isn't it? Business and technology icons like Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Mark Andreessen, Bank of America, and really the list goes on and on, have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this new technology that will change our financial world now and forever. Now let me tell you an even bigger secret. It's happening right now. If you take any one thing away from this video, please understand that this change, this epic change, is going on around you even if you didn't know it existed. This technology was created in 2008 and it's called distributed ledger technology, aka the blockchain. And it has given us the power to transform our world. It gave us cryptocurrency, of which Bitcoin was the first ever when it launched in 2009. In 2009, it started out at less than 1 cent in value per coin and reached as high as $1,200 by 2013, and close to that as I speak. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, the Bitcoin train has left the station a long time ago. There are hundreds of stories circulating of people that got in on Bitcoin when it was just pennies and are extraordinarily wealthy today. It is also important for you to understand that it took Bitcoin 3 years to really take off and start to gain value in the marketplace. So, why are you here? Why are you watching this video? Well, let me start by asking this question. What if I gave you a DeLorean and you could travel back in time and put your money on Facebook or Google or even Apple stock, knowing full well that it would have made you flat out rich today. Would you jump in that DeLorean? Of course you would. One thing that's very important for you to understand is that Bitcoin does not have enough coins to become a mainstream everyday currency. What I mean is it will never become what we call the people's coin. Bitcoin is the only currency that is accepted by merchants today, even though there are hundreds of cryptocurrencies traded and exchanged every day. So what if I told you there was a new cryptocurrency that was created and was immediately tied to goods and services through everyday commerce, and every time you bought something that you were going to buy anyway, like dinner with the family or a visit to the salon or barbershop or even a dental cleaning, you got rewarded by receiving this cryptocurrency just for buying what you were going to buy anyway. Sounds crazy, right? I mean, how would you like to have received some Bitcoins just for going out to eat? That dinner coupon today would be worth hundreds of dollars in real money in your pocket. Okay, so get ready to have your mind blown. There's a new cryptocurrency, much like Bitcoin, but it has even more potential. Remember Mr. Gates said cryptocurrency is the future of money? Well, he has backed up that passion by getting heavily involved in this new evolution of money. He's a huge investor of a newer, more secure blockchain to house other cryptocurrencies so they can be used for buying goods and services. And the cryptocurrency that I am talking about is on that blockchain from day one. What I'm about to share with you is what experts are calling the greatest opportunity in affiliate marketing history because of the phenomena and timing of this new technology. Introducing Quick Deals and Quick Eats. Now, beqyck is the daily deals platform that will host millions of daily deals that you, as a consumer, a business, or an affiliate, will get rewarded in beqyck, which is tied to every transaction. beqyck is the convergence of e-commerce, the blockchain, US-based beqyck cryptocurrency, and direct-to-consumer marketing. Much like Groupon, except it rewards the merchant, the consumer who purchased the deal, and the affiliates that referred the consumer and the business that was offering the daily deal. Think about that for a second. beqyck just gave 4 different people beqyck, and everyone that received beqyck was doing what they were naturally going to do anyway. Everyone wins. The business owner got new business, the consumer got their deal, and the affiliates who brought in both were also rewarded just by referring them to beqyck. Now, are you ready for the most exciting part of this? Each beqyck that is allocated to an affiliate, business, or consumer will also have 1/10 of share of beqyck Inc. common stock embedded into the beqyck coin through the use of smart contract technology at Ethereum. Yes, every beqyck coin allocated by the purchase of every daily deal will contain ownership of beqyck Inc. No one in the history of business or commerce has ever done anything like this, which is why it has been predicted that there will be 2 million people using this platform every day over the next 12 months. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever snagged a deal on Groupon, Amazon, or even eBay? You walk through the purchasing process, then put that value towards a goods or a service such as jewelry, music lessons, dental cleaning, a haircut, and the list goes on and on. Well, beqyck expands upon the daily deal concept with an additional reward of its beqyck coin and ownership in the entire beqyck platform itself. Starting to get the picture? Again, beqyck is doing something that has never been done before. It's simultaneously turning 3 major industries upside down: the digital and/or cryptocurrency industry, the online and offline commerce industry, and the affiliate marketing industry. So you're probably saying, wow, that's really incredible, but how do I make money? As if it's not enough to be collecting beqyck on everything you buy. If you're the affiliate that referred the consumer who bought the deal, or the business that sold the consumer the daily deal, you would make money on every single transaction. Let me tell you a quick story. Just one of the merchants on our platform did over 11,000 coupon sales on Groupon last year. Can you imagine if you were the affiliate that enrolled that merchant on beqyck that sold 11,000 deals to consumers? You would have made $25,000 in cash, and it only took you 2 minutes to enroll that merchant. It cost him absolutely nothing to sell on the beqyck platform. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. A company that is offering ownership in their platform to everyone involved in the buying and selling process? And it's free for consumers and business owners to participate? You've got to be kidding me, right? This opportunity has got to cost thousands of dollars to get involved with, right? Well, you're not even close. But hold on. Before I tell you how you can get involved in this global worldwide phenomena, I want to take a quick minute and show you why you'll have the best chance to build staggering success with beqyck. And the simple answer is our amazing beqyck marketing system. Now stay with me for a second because this is important. You're probably most likely watching this video because someone sent you a link to take a look at it, right? We have all of these autopilot tools and even trainings on how to get hundreds, even thousands of viewers in front of this exact video that you are watching right now. This is what we call our autopilot sales funnel. We have some of the best online and offline trainers in the industry that will teach you how to drive hundreds and thousands of people into this funnel and you collect the enrollments. And our secret weapon that enrolls hundreds of affiliates every single week for our existing affiliates, the webinar recruiting system. We show you how to send hundreds of people to our live event and we do the telling and explaining for you and they enroll with you through the power of our system that is attached to you. Now you can see why so many of our affiliates are just absolutely crushing it with beqyck. Okay, I know I've kept you in suspense long enough. And I know you must be thinking this has really got to be costly because of all we're offering, right? I mean, an opportunity like this should cost thousands of dollars to get started in. Like common stock in the platform just by being a consumer, a business, or affiliate? Like I said, you're not even close. You can get started for as little as $199 today, and there is no auto ship or monthly to stay active. Think about it. Most opportunities have a monthly tied to it so it can keep the doors open. We don't need to charge our affiliates a monthly because of our model and how the infrastructure is set up. And you had better hurry because we're closing the doors to all affiliates on May 1st. That's right. All affiliates that take action now will reap the rewards of this soon-to-be billion-dollar platform. Now please pay attention. I want to paint you a picture right now so you can see how simple it would be for you to earn an extra $10,000 per month with beqyck this year. What I'm going to do right now is give you a real income example of the average affiliate that is a part of our network. In other words, I'm about to show you the money. Okay, so let's talk about earnings. As you know, an affiliate gets paid in cash and in beqyck, and how this all adds up is downright jaw-dropping. For example, let's say you signed up 2 businesses who post a daily deal. And let's say you brought 10 consumers to the platform who will want to browse and buy those daily deals, or any daily deal for that matter. Remember, this is like Groupon, free to join and free to partake of any of the coupons and deals. If those consumers buy $50 in deals a month, and the businesses do 100 deals a month, which are the national monthly averages by the way, you would pocket $210 in cash and roughly 156 beqyck at its current valuation. Yeah, that's fine. But you're not gonna quit your day job, right? Well, not yet. But let's say you use our powerful beqyck marketing system that does much of the outreach for you, and you bring in 4 other affiliates who do the exact same thing. Here's what your income looks like. Now it's $1,000 per month in cash. Do the compounding and you're at $3,000 per month by the time we hit next quarter. And $6,000 per month after that. Quickly on your way to a 6-figure yearly income just with those free signups. What online business opportunity can you reach over 6 figures a year enrolling people for free? Hint, it doesn't exist. But what about those beqyck? This is the jaw-dropping moment. With everything as is, by the end of your first year, you'd have accumulated over $4 grand in beqyck coins that you can trade on the exchanges, even if the coin never appreciates. Now imagine if beqyck follows its predecessor, Bitcoin, which did not have a retail platform to accelerate its growth like we do. The value of your beqyck would move from a few cents to over $10 per coin within 2 years, scaling in step with the beqyck platform growth. If beqyck hits $1, less than 1/10 of 1% of Bitcoin's current value, you'd pocket $190,000. Now let's go real conservative here and say beqyck jumps to just 10 cents after our first major wave of signups. Besides your cash income of nearly 6 figures, you'd pocket over $20,000 of digital currency tradable on the exchanges. Want to cash out? Convert your beqyck to Bitcoin, getting north of $20,000 worth and liquidate. Bam! I know, I told you this was crazy, and again, this has never been done before. This is an affiliate's dream to promote. So are you ready to join the greatest affiliate marketing program on the planet and take your piece of the pie? Click on the link below and get started right now.